us today and sharing that insight. Please stay with us as we move on to our next news. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met with U.S. Envoy John Kellogg in Kyiv today. They discussed critical issues including enhancing Ukraine's air defense capabilities and potential weapons purchases from European nations. Zelensky emphasized the importance of continuing sanctions on Russia to further pressure Moscow. The talks highlight growing international cooperation as Ukraine strengthens its defense against Russian aggression. Zelensky called for more support to ensure Ukraine's security and sovereignty amid ongoing conflict. He also thanked Trump for all his messages and decisions. Let's have a look at what the Ukrainian president had to say.
We are thankful to President Trump for his all messages and very strong decisions about resuming delivers for us, and we are thankful for bipartisan support. And of course, we had very good conversations in Hague, and we had with President, and we had very good phone conversation. We made some decisions very positive for both countries, and just now we spoke about air defense with General.
Now we're joined by Major General retired Sudhakarji for our guest discussion. Thank you for staying with us. What are the main topics that we can maybe guess about this discussion during President Zelensky's meeting with U.S. Envoy John Kellogg in Kyiv?
Asubam, in my opinion, the main points for discussion would be the restoration of the supply chain of the hardware, particularly the air defense support system. That is the first and foremost thing, because as on today, the Patriots are far and few. They are already committed on the ground, particularly in Europe, and America's second line or the production capability in the defense industry is yet to pick up momentum, which will sustain the demands on the ground. One. Number two, there is also points for discussion, in my opinion, how best to impose sanctions in effective manner against Russia so that it does not have the sustainable wherewithal, whether it is economic or the political willpower and the resolve to continue with the fight against Ukraine. And third and most important thing is basically strategizing the Ukrainian military options available for standing up to the ongoing challenges being posed by Russia. It all triggered with, in my opinion, it was all going like a typical conflict. However, the Operation Spiderweb had changed the overall dynamics, in my opinion, and so much so penetrating well deep into Russian territory by 4,500 kilometers, destroying more than 40 strategic bombers by the drones and the swarm drones. This itself has been a very act of premeditated plan and orchestration of very serious offensive action. And therefore, Russia has actually gone hammer and tong to give it back to Ukraine. In my opinion, this operation is unlikely to come to any kind of a temporary pause. It will continue in the same manner. Last but not the least, the European Union, who have been left in a lurch by flip-flop decision of the USA, that they would be fighting the battle, defending themselves, raising the defense expenditure to 5% by 2035. They have been willy-nilly wanting USA to reconcile and get back to the previous standpoint so that along with the European Union, there is a united fight and support given to the Ukraine. And to me, it appears that European Union, for the time being, they have been successful to get Donald Trump back on the track in support to Ukraine. and how this particular support can actually fructify. Although there are statements in the open media coming that Donald Trump is not going to pay for the air defense systems which are going to be provided to Ukraine to protect itself, but it's a matter of economics and details. In principle, Donald Trump has agreed to support Ukraine for the time being, but whether it will carry on till eternity is a matter which time will tell. Back to you, Asun.
Thank you for sharing that, Major General retired Sudhakarji. You will stay with us as we stay on this topic. Russia's top